It's end of the month again. February was just a short one. Let's go over my net worth update, my money recap of how much I earned, spent, saved, and invested for the month. And I'm also gonna share you guys my progress towards my 100K savings goal for the year. Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Michi. I talk all things personal finance and I share my journey online as I work towards building wealth as a first-generation immigrant. For the first part of this video, we're gonna track my net worth together. I have no idea how much my net worth would be for this month, but we're gonna find that out. I didn't start paying attention to my net worth just until last year, and even then I didn't really track it every month because I feel like it's just gonna be the same movement. But for this year, I want to at least try to sit down every month and track everything. Before we start, I just want to give a little context about my investing journey and my financial health. If you're new here, I'm from Philippines. I moved here in California when I was 21. I've been investing in the Philippines since I was 16. I don't even know what I was doing at that time, but I already have a capital contribution account that earns me 18% annual dividend. I've been contributing a small amount from my online side hustles at that time, and that money from 10 years ago is still there compounding. Props to my dad for putting me on compound interest. When I got here in the US in 2018, I learned how to invest in the stock market. I've been investing on and off since 2018. I was swing trading, but in 2024, I changed my investing strategy into long term. So right now, I am investing towards my retirement and I'm planning to retire early so I can access my funds right away and not wait till I'm 65. For my expenses, I have very minimal bills. That's why I can invest as much as I want to. I live with my boyfriend for 3 years now, and because of him, I don't have to pay rent, groceries, and utilities. This will eventually change in the next 2 to 3 years when we move to a bigger place. But for now, I want to take advantage of this privilege to invest aggressively. Alright, I'm just gonna pull out my net worth tracker and we can get started. Alright, this is what my net worth tracker looks like right now. I am just going to hide this part so we can do a little reveal later. Again, if you need a copy of this, I'm gonna leave the link down below. So I'll start with my assets here in the US and then we'll go over my assets in the Philippines. For physical cash, I still have the $54 from last month and I received $220 in cash for Chinese New Year. For checking account, I currently have a little over 1,000. I'm gonna move some to my high yield savings account whenever I get the chance. Next is my emergency fund, $8,500. For this month, I added $428.24. I am building my emergency fund to $10,000 by the end of the year. For my high yield savings account, $7,400. This is my spending fund. As you can see, I already touched some of it to pay some of my expenses. Now we're gonna go over my investment accounts. For crypto, I currently have a little over 1,000, mostly from Bitcoin. I don't put new money in here anymore. It's just there. I couldn't even sell it right now because I'm still down. Next is my taxable brokerage account. I have 67,000. Next is my Roth IRA. I have a little over 54,000. This is my favorite retirement account. For my old 401k, I still have a little over 1,000. I tried to roll it over this year, but apparently I can only roll over one account in a year, which I already did. So I have to wait until next year to roll over this money and eventually close this account. For my solo 401k, I have 5,900. For O3B, I have $647. For 457B, I have a little over 10,000. I've been contributing 70% of my paycheck until I max this out to 24,500. This month, I contributed $4,138.39. I think $4,000 is like my average 457B contribution right now. For my 401A, I have 1,400. This is my after-tax contribution that I am converting to my Roth IRA, aka my mega backdoor Roth IRA strategy, but I haven't tried to do any conversion yet. For my HSA, I have $1,300. I'm contributing $304.16 every month towards my HSA. For my pension, I have $4,300. Every month is the same, $519.70 got taken out from my paycheck for my pension. And this is how much I contributed, not the vested amount. I didn't touch anything here, but the market has been very volatile lately, so that's what caused the dip. So everything was down from last month, except for these. So for my 457B, 401A, HSA, and pension, I am contributing every month to these accounts. But for my 403B, I haven't put any money in here. Surprisingly, it went up a little bit. This is my international holding, so that was very interesting. All right, that's all for my US assets. Now for my Philippine assets, I have 3 real estate in the Philippines. If I am going to sell them right now, I can sell them for 6 million. And since this is in Philippine peso, I always update the value based on the current foreign exchange. Today, it's 57 and 74 pesos in each dollar. This is actually lower than last month's conversion. Last month was 58.92 pesos. So there was a little bump, but it's still the same value, 6 million in pesos. For a private equity, I bought 2 shares for 1.8 million. I'm just gonna copy this one and change this one to 57.74. So there was a little bump. And for my bank, I have my capital contribution, time deposit, and savings is still the same as last month. So let me just copy that and change this to 57.74. So again, there's a little bump without me touching that. Lastly, my physical cash in Philippine peso, I have the 6,500 from last month and I got 4,500 this month. We'll divide that to 57.74. This is not gonna last long. I'm going to spend this like next month. So that was 190. Before I get the total for this, let me do the liabilities first. I don't own a car, so I have no car loans. I don't own a house yet, so no mortgage. I got my business degree back in my country and my dad paid for it, so no student loans neither. And my credit card balance is at $2,442.12 right now. This is actually pretty high. I want to say this is mainly from my business expense and I have some returns that was not processed yet. Alright, let's drag this one to the right and we'll see my net worth right here. My current net worth is $322,576.17. So for my total net worth, that's $147,000 for my US investments, $17,000 for my liquid cash, $160,000 for my Philippine assets, and $2,000 for my liabilities, which came out to $322,576.17. Last month, we closed at $317,000 net worth, so that's about 1.49% in growth in a month. Alright, now let's do a quick financial recap for the month. I'll share my sources of income, my savings and investments, and my expenses from my spending fund. For my income, I have 6 sources of income this month. For my full-time job, I got paid $6,654.10. I didn't get any projects from my part-time job for this month. I got paid $588.65 from social media, $33.77 from my high-yield savings account interest, $60.91 from dividends. This is from JEPQ and SPAXX. I got a random check from Target that was $6.90 and I got $220 in cash during the Chinese New Year's. So for February, I got paid $7,564.33. $611.96 went to my taxes. It's lower than usual because I am contributing more towards my pre-tax accounts. I had to pay $81.74 for my health insurance and I also spent $270.98 for my business. So I saved and invested a little over $6,000 this month, which is about 80% of my gross pay. This is my average savings rate right now because I saved enough for my annual expenses last year. I saved $8,000 to cover my expenses and this is how I do annual budgeting, which makes more sense for me. So technically my expenses is not coming out from my paycheck anymore. It's coming out from my sinking fund or spending fund. I decided to do this because I spent so much last year and I just want to do a hard reset by putting a spending limit on my budget. And here's how much I spent so far using my spending fund. This is how much I budgeted for these categories. These are the only fixed expenses that I have and these are the variable. For my family, I budgeted $1,200. I spent $200 so far and I still have $1,000 more for the rest of the year. This is budgeted for $100 a month. For my phone bill, I budgeted $1,380. That's like $115 a month, but so far I've been paying less than that, so I already spent $220.76 and I still have $1,159.24 left. For gifts, I originally budgeted $1,500. I just realized that I'm gonna spend more than that, but let's just keep it at $1,500 for now for the sake of bookkeeping. If anything, I'll just pull some money from my buffer. So far, I already spent $295.94. I still have $1,204.06 left. For subscription, I budgeted $327, but I realized that I can put some of my subscription under my business expense, so most likely I wouldn't spend this much. Lastly, for my buffer, these are for my expenses that are not fixed, like fund money. So far, I already spent $1,177.23. I still have $2,415.77 left, and I've been putting a lot of stuff in my wish list lately. Alright, for my last part of the video, my main financial goal for the year is to save and invest 100K. For February, I was able to put $5,542.28 towards this goal. Once I put those numbers in my goal tracker, it's gonna tell me that I already saved 16%. So far, I already saved and invested $15,776.67 since January. And I need 84,000 more for this goal. It's still a long way to go, but progress is still a progress. We still have 10 more months to work on this one. I'll see you guys on the next update next month.